right, so today I'm going to introduce the string and some helpful methods for manipulating strings in Java. Let's go to File, New, Java Project, and I'm going to call my project name Project04. Everything is default from the last videos. Hit Finish, open the project, go to Source, right-click, New Class. All right, and now my package name, I'm going to make that COM, Simtech Game Development, and I'll call it string stuff. String stuff. All right, let's go to the name of our class. I'll call it application because it has a main method in it. We may want to expand this out. I'm going to hit public static void main. I'm going to check that so I get a stub for that. And I'm going to delete this comment telling me what to do because I already know what to do. I'm going to delete it. All right, a string can be defined by using this class name, string, and that's my variable name, str. I just made it simple. I use speech quotes to declare it. I'm going to put a few spaces in the front. I'm going to write the end, and a few spaces at the back. All right, so now let's go ahead and get the length of that string, because you might be like, oh, is this the length of the string? It's actually this. But there's a really handy string length function, string length method that I want to show you. And now I'm going to make an int, right? So the int is going to store my value for the string length. I'll do str, and let's see, length. There we go. Now let's print out our string length. Let's go sysout, control space, and I'll say the length of the string equals len. So this is a concatenation operator. So it's just going to concatenate that integer right on the end of this message right here. All right, let's take a look, see what we got. Let's save this, let's run it. And it says the length of the string is 15. So it did count these because this is obviously not 15 characters, right? So it counted the white space. But let's say we don't want white space. How do we get rid of white space? All right, we use the trim function. So let's do this. Let's say system out, and I'm going to say with spaces. I'm going to put this bracket here so we can see where the string begins and where the string ends. So I'll say str plus and a bracket right here. Now when I print that out, you're going to see how much white space is in here because the brackets are going to wrap the string. Then I'm going to take string and I'm going to set it to my string after I do the trim to it. So that's going to take care of my white space. If I do a sys out, I'll say without spaces. Put a bracket there, str, and speech quote, and a bracket here. So watch what happens here. Let's go ahead and save it. Let's run this. Ah, there we go. Look at this. With spaces, spaces are here. We trimmed it. So now string right here has a new value of the old string trimmed. So there's no white spaces on the ends. Notice it did not get rid of the white space in here. It just trimmed them. All right. So let's move on. Let's do another string function. Let's do 2 upper and 2 lower. So we know what the end looks like. So let's go ahead and make everything uppercase. Let's go string equals our string value with a 2 uppercase. Let's print it. Sys out uppercase. Concatenate string. And now let's do a string str to lowercase. Sys out, control space, lowercase. There we go. We're going to run this. Let's see. Look at that. So here's our uppercase. And now we cast it at the lowercase. Cool. So that one's pretty handy too. All right, and then the last one I'm going to do, no, I'm going to do actually two more. I'm going to do one called index of, and this is pretty important too. So I'm going to make an int. I'm going to call this loc for location. I say string index of, I'm going to say end. Right, it says the end. Remember now we're all lowercase. Let's put a space in front of it. Nah, let's just do it at the end. All right, now we have the location of end. So what it's going to do is it's going to go through the string right here. It'll be, this is 0, H is 1, E is 2, because we start at 0 index, and then 3, and then we should get 4 for loc. So we'll say sys out. The location of end. Oh, let's give it a little bit of space here. Say loc. So it's going to give you the location of where this starts, right? Let's go ahead and run it. Let's see, save it. 4, just like we had guessed. All right, now with that, so why do that? Well, what you might want to do is you might want to split the string. Let's go ahead and do a substring. Let's say string equals string substring, and this is the beginning index. I'll say loc. Now, what does my string equal? Should be just the end. Just the end. And I'll do str. There we go, just the end. Let me put a space in here, make it look a little neater. Oh yeah, and we were using our little colon here. And that looks better, just the end. All right, let's switch the order of the characters. Let's reverse it. Like maybe we're going to find a palindrome or something like taco cat. All right, so how do we do that? Let's introduce the string builder. Right, string builder has a lot of cool string functions. I call this strb new string builder, and I am going to send the constructor the argument of string. So you can just figure out what the pattern is if you don't know what constructors are. This is going to make a string builder class, and my string builder class is going to allow me to do something cool like do strb reverse, and then I'm going to make it a string again. So it was a string builder, and I'm going to turn it into a string, and then I'm going to set it to that string. And let's do a sys out. End reversed, right? End reversed. There we go. And now you have den. So now you can find a palindrome like taco cat. So you just check to see if the reverse is equal to the string itself and return it true. But usually in a computer science class, they'll have you, depending on what level you're at, they'll have you know a lot of these functions right here. These are pretty basic functions and pretty useful functions. This one's a little bit advanced, but that's all right. Add a little bit of bonus material. All right, so I'll see you in the next video. I hope this was helpful.